Welcome back to Cage Chaos 6. We are set for our first title fight of the night. I am Ben Fierce, and now joined by Lindsay Williams. Lindsay, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, Ben. How are you?
I'm great. I just got here, though. I've only been here for one fight.
Oh.
I was at wrestling all day.
Oh, wrestling, yes. Wonderful. Love the sport.
So this is our... What's that?
Actually, I was watching the Gophers wrestle on Thursday.
Yes,
so
they almost lost.
Almost.
That was not pretty. And actually, we interviewed Jason Ness on I was doing a live broadcast of that all day long today and yesterday. So I've had a headset on for like 30 hours in the last 3 days. But yeah, we're set for our first title fight of the night. Melvin Cruz defending his 185-pound belt against Mitch Rosted. I don't know anything about Mitch other than he comes to us from Michigan with Vance Swerden in his corner. Sounds like he's a tough guy. Undefeated, I know that. You know, Melvin took that belt from Thomas Herrera down in Thomas's hometown in Austin, and he looked good in that fight. I think we all, though, and you probably know Melvin as well as anybody. You train with him, obviously, a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you know, Melvin's a beast, and actually coming off my injury, I've been kind of tapering into my training as he's been tapering off, getting ready for his fight. But right. I know he is a beast. All the guys admire him. They love his work ethic. They love his talent. I watch him wrestle. I love watching him grapple with the guys. He is great at takedowns. He's very, very well-rounded as a fighter.
And I think we all kind of keep waiting for him to put it all together in the cage, though. I don't think we've seen him be as good as he is in the gym in the cage. But we'll send it up to our amazing ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this title fight is scheduled for 3-minute rounds for the Driller Amateur Middleweight Championship. It is brought to you by the Rotunda Group. Introducing first the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. Standing 6'4", weighing in 183 pounds, holding an amateur record of 8 wins, 2 losses. Training out of Vicious Fight Team and fighting out of Manton, Michigan, Mitch Rosted. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, stands 6 foot tall, weighing in at 182.5 pounds, holding an amateur record of 5 wins, 1 loss. Training out of the academy and fighting out of the Bronx, New York, your current reigning defending Driller middleweight champion, Melvin Cruz. And referee in charge of the action is Joe Phil.
Cage Chaos 6, first title fight of the night here at Canterbury. I'm pumped. And you know what? Nobody's calmer in a fight than Melvin Cruz, I'll tell you that.
He's just ready to go, which is absolutely amazing.
Ooh, nice teep right off the bat.
That's what we do. His eyes are just open. He's ready.
This guy is long, though. A lot longer than Herrera from that title fight, I'll tell you that. A lot different fighter, too. Herrera's pretty much a straight wrestler. This guy's southpaw, long legs, long arms. But I tell you what, if you want to get into a kickboxing match, Melvin's not the guy.
No, I mean, Melvin's a great challenger wherever you want to go. I mean, you can see it now as he gets his takedown.
Right, and he's not a wrestler, you know. I mean,
no.
He's a kickboxer, but his wrestling has come so far. I think of the Heath Rude fight. You know, Melvin just didn't have the wrestling to compete with Heath Rude. Now, I don't know. Now I'd like to see it. His wrestling has improved tenfold since that fight.
You know, from what I've seen in the gym, his wrestling looks really, really superb.
I think when you got a guy who's that good an athlete like he is, if he wants to, it catches up in a hurry. Now he's quickly working to the back here. He's got that right arm trapped as well with his leg. Oh, the arm slipped out, didn't it? Yep.
It's going to develop really, really well. So now with those hooks in and those unders, though, I mean...
I would assume, though, that Melvin probably would prefer that it wasn't pushed up against the cage here.
Oh, sure. But at this point, you just wait for your opponent to make a move and capitalize on it. That's the best you can do, really.
The question is how long, I mean, will the ref let him sit here the whole round? If this guy is content just sitting here, I don't know. It's really hard to stand people up who have the back, but, I mean, if you're just in a complete stalemate, because this guy's doing a good job of controlling Melvin's hands.
He is, but also it's clear Melvin's going to work for something. He's not just going to let it sit.
Melvin's got to get
And he would never want the ref to stand him up when he's got such a
you never
great
would.
position.
But like I said, do we sit here in a stalemate for 3 minutes? I would let him probably. I think a lot of people would be upset if he got stood up right now.
No.
Or even in a minute and a half. He's got to get one arm out either way. And, you know, he hasn't been able to yet.
Really eager to see how this goes.
I don't know why he hasn't come out with that right arm. You know what I mean? Why has he not pulled that right arm yet? I don't know what he's trying to do. Because he could clearly get that right arm out.
Well, he's certainly looking for control. I just don't know whether he's trying to set up something in particular or if he just wants to.
Maybe he can't
I mean,
get that
sometimes
arm.
your opponent holds your arm because they know it's a dangerous arm.
He is, but you'd think he'd get one of the two out. But it looks like he's done a good job of just controlling those wrists the whole time. Now he finally has that arm free. And we'll see.
Oh.
With 10 seconds left, he's going to rain down punches. The thing is, even though he wasn't able to advance, he won the round pretty, you know.
Oh, for sure. And he did a great job. I mean, he just maintained control, maintained composure, and that's all you ask of him.
And Cruz has Dan Moret and Greg Nelson in his corner. Tell you what, if I was going to fight, I'd have Dan Moret in my corner.
Dan Moret, Greg Nelson, I mean, that's a world of great advice right there.
Well, like we always say it, we always joke about it, but Dan's voice carries. I don't think you probably hear all that much in the cage other than Dan Moret's voice. And there really is something to be said about that. You know, there's probably a lot of times where, for one, you're probably not going to listen to your coach anyway because it's really hard. But with Dan, I don't know, you can just always hear his voice no matter where you're at. Round 2 of 5 scheduled rounds. You think it's going to last that long?
You know, I don't know. After that first round, it looks like Mel's got a few things that his opponent's not ready for.
I think both guys hit hard enough that this fight could end at any time, though. There's that jab that I'd be using a lot if I was Mitch.
That balance of Mel, that's great.
Nice.
That's one thing about Mel. He's always driving forward, even when he's facing some opposition, he's facing some resistance. He's going to find his hole and get in there.
He's to side here. Now, Rosted did a good job of getting that knee in there to stop him from advancing past side. You know, Melvin raised up there looking to try to rain down some punches, but all it ended up doing is getting him back in guard.
You know, getting in that guard, though, I mean,
you don't
better
want
than
to
having guard and being on your back.
Yeah, for sure, but you don't want to sit here, especially a guy with long legs like this.
No, I mean, being in his position and having the opportunity to kind of pass or avoid the legs, he chose that position, so he clearly feels like he can dominate from here.
And the truth is, he's winning the fight right here no matter what.
Right.
From this position, he's winning the fight. Now Rosted trying to walk the cage a little bit here. Doing a good job with butterfly on that left side. But it is allowing Mel to pass. He's almost got it all the way. Rosted's a good little fighter, I tell you what. He's pretty solid everywhere. He was trying to frame up that Kimura, but just wasn't there. And I'm guessing Mel's going to be a hard guy to get there. As strong as he is.
Yeah, Billy, those legs. He's really working to try and keep those legs from getting in there and blocking him out again.
And he's isolated that left arm now, so there's very little defense there. Could have framed up that inverted triangle. Oof. Good right
You know, if Mel keeps himself in this position, he's setting himself up for a lot of great things. It's just, what's he looking for is the question at this point.
I just think he's doing a good job of isolating arms.
Keeping that knee on the belly, keeping those legs away from pushing his body away.
And so many things available to him with knee on belly, and look at that knee. I mean, that knee on belly is pushing through his spine.
That's right in there in the organs. You know that, Ben.
Honestly, there's so much available to him right now. I'd love to see him go for something crazy.
I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I want to see a Kimura trap. I want to see just
baseball back choke.
Or just rain some punches down like he's doing now. That's
Oh!
great. Oy.
He landed a couple of right hands there that were just vicious. Big win round. Another win for Melvin on the scorecard.
He's definitely up 2-0 on this one.
But I'll tell you what, Rosted's a worthy opponent. Like I said, I think he has forced Melvin to make this a ground attack because he's so long.
Well, we saw it when he caught that leg kick and really threatened to take him down, but Mel was able to keep his balance and really pull back and get that reversal. Says a lot.
Yep.
And ladies and gentlemen, if you get an opportunity, head to the lobby and check out the fight gear. Native American fightwear as well as Korean Fight Company.
You know, Melvin's a guy who's been 5 rounds, so I don't think we have to worry about the gas tank. Hope not, anyway.
No, I wouldn't think so. Not from what I've seen, but.
It is a lot of muscle. But he looks fine right now.
Well, he, you know, watching his face when he fights, he always looks calm, cool, collected, even when there's, you know, right hand being thrown just past his face. He's like, okay, here it comes. I'm going to throw one back. It's beautiful.
So I want to know what the injury was to his left leg at some point in his career. You see that? The scar and the scar tissue. Ooh, good left. I think Mel's finding his groove a little bit here. Nice shot to the body there.
Now we're seeing a kickboxing round. This is interesting. And
as you say that.
And as I say it, we get a takedown.
Just when Melvin looks comfortable, he switches it up. Working rubber guard for a little bit, but
yeah, we're back in that guard for Melvin.
we haven't seen Rosted throw those legs up in an attempt to triangle yet.
No, we haven't. It looks like he's trying to attempt something with the arms. I'm not sure what.
He's trying to control the arms enough where he could bring it up, but Melvin's done a good job of staying in position and not putting himself in position to get triangled.
Sure.
He's got a half guard, kind of a weird half guard.
Yeah. It is kind of a weird half guard. But his legs have become really still. He kind of stopped working with them for a minute, which I think is not to his advantage.
You know, if he loses this round now if he loses this round, he knows he's got to finish. He knows that there's no winning on the scorecards.
Well, I think he's having a hard time finding a way to move against Melvin, because if you look now, Melvin's kind of keeping his hips stuck, so it's hard for him to really switch positions and find his escape. So he's having that problem.
We haven't seen him try though either. You know, we haven't seen him ship up to the side, try and get out. As I say that.
We're just good at calling it as it goes.
Yes.
And that's what's happening.
Melvin is so strong. He's not going to let him get out the back. You know,
Right.
he's got that right arm isolated now, which means he's going for that arm finally. Now he's trying to get the triangle. It's just way too far. Arm was way too fast.
That was a great transition.
Good recognition by Melvin as soon as those legs went up. Back to knee on belly, and this is where he can do some work.
And against the cage too. I mean, he's not really
Nowhere for him to go.
anywhere to go.
Right. Like I said, I'd like to see him try some crazy submission here. But raining down punches, raining down right hands is a really good option.
Even without looking for a submission, it's clear that Mel is dominating here.
Big right hands. He's going to finish with a flurry here. Another dominant round for Mr. Cruz. that one's bordering on 10-8. I wouldn't do 10-8, but we're getting there. You know, that was his most dominant round to me.
You know, I mean, it's not like he had his back for half the round like he did the first round. You know.
And I'm pretty tight with 10-8s. Even though the way the rules are written now, you're not supposed to be as tight as you used to. Because 10-7 is an option now too. Essentially, the way the rules have been rewritten, 10-7 is the old 10-8.
Really? You know, I'll be honest, I don't think I've seen or encountered a 10-7.
We have a little side forum on Facebook with a couple of the guys on the commission, the head of the commission, where we just kind of BS about stuff like that. And he sent me the writing of the way the rules are now. And essentially what I consider a 10-8 is now a 10-7. So you're supposed, like I said, you're supposed to be a little bit more liberal now with the 10-8 round, but I still, to me, that just hamstrings a guy so bad. You better kick the living daylights out of him to give a 10-8. Because in a 3-round fight especially, 10-8 means the fight's pretty much over, you know.
The way a lot of these fights are, it's really hard to score at that level.
Yeah. And like I said, when they start introducing 10-7s and oh, the right hand, gosh, that seemed pretty harmless, but he dropped instantly.
It did seem harmless.
He doesn't seem like he's all there.
Surprising even to me sitting cage side, I'll be honest.
I feel like he's landed harder shots in this fight. But the right hand definitely dropped him here at the start of round 4.
So now the question is, with all that pressure coming down on him, can Rosted defend properly and counter against Mel's pressure
he's got full mount. Now he's in a world of hurt. A big, strong guy on top of him. I think this fight's almost over here. Gonna be a TKO real quick.
Mel maybe taking the ground and pound. With that turtle position, he may get a submission.
I think this fight's over. He's not defending himself. He's not doing anything. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So very impressive performance against a very game fighter for Melvin Cruz.
Mel did a great job. He maintained his composure. He stayed cool the whole time. I think he looked great. I'm very proud of him.
That's the best I feel like he's looked. So 4th round TKO keeps the belt around his waist.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Joe Fitton calls a stop to the fight in 32 seconds into the 4th round for your winner by TKO and still Driller Amateur Middleweight Champion Melvin Cruz. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we're going to take a brief 5-minute intermission before